Hello everyone, welcome back to Thrifting After Work. My name is David and this channel follows my part-time eBay reselling hobby that I've been doing lately. And today I'm going to tell you everything you need to know and give you some tips about how you're going to ship your items on eBay. Let's get into it. All right guys, so today's video is going to be my 3 easy step beginner's guide video on how to start listing on eBay. I know it's getting close to the end of the year and a lot of you guys are sitting at home, wanting to start something and don't exactly know how. So I hope this video can give you that jump start and show you just how easy it is and cheap it is to start actually listing and shipping those items out. So step number 1 is supplies. Supplies are the first thing you're gonna need before you start even listing those items, because if you don't have the supplies you need to ship, if you get that sale, you're gonna have to scramble and do everything last minute, and that starts to get expensive and really inconvenient. So I'm gonna go over right now the main supplies that you're going to need for packaging and shipping those items out. All right, so let's talk supplies. Now this right here is just a basic representation of the supplies that you're gonna need. You're gonna have a lot of different variances here, but this is kind of my go-to guide of what you need. Starting from the top, USPS priority box. All USPS items can be received for free at the USPS website. I will link that in the description of the video. You should never have to buy your priority boxes or priority packaging from USPS. They will send it to you for free. It does take a little bit of time, so make sure that you actually receive it before you start posting and listing items that go in those packaging, because it sometimes takes up to 2 weeks for them to ship it out because it is free. So that's probably one of the first things that you're gonna need to get, is go on that website and pick that up. The other 2 items here have been really helpful for me, and these are, one of them is kind of an option item. The other one is definitely something that you're going to need. So the first one is this poly mailer right here. So I chose a whimsical one with some pine trees, or not pine trees, with some palm trees on it, duh. Those ones you can get for a very inexpensive price. I think I paid $10 for 100 of them. The more you buy, the bigger discount you actually get on those. So you can get some, up to 1,000 of them for like 5 cents each. They're not very expensive, and it's really good for shipping first-class items and not having to use that priority mail. Anything under £1 is going to ship out under first-class mail through USPS. So having the poly bags is a really good option there. The other thing is the brown box here. Now, brown boxes are kind of interesting because you can reuse brown boxes. So if you are a person who buys a lot on Amazon, start saving those boxes, because you can use those and get things shipped out in those. Otherwise, you will need to go and purchase them, because sometimes having that box, A, both for first class shipping, and B, for shipping on either FedEx or UPS, is going to be really, really helpful if it's going to save you money versus shipping through the postal service. All right, guys, I'm going to pause right here because while editing the video, I forgot to talk about one important yet optional item, which is padding and paper to stuff inside the boxes or to wrap up your items. It is an important thing, and I would recommend going for it while you're getting started if you have the funds to do it. But if you're just looking to get started selling, you can treat it as an optional item. It's going to look a little bit better for the buyer and protect your items there, but it's not a must-have for shipping. It's definitely just something that is a good investment to make to give your buyer the better experience and to make sure that your items arrive safely and are received the best at the end of their shipping process. Now, the other items here is tape. The eBay tape I bought, eventually when you get a store and you become a seller and you're selling for a long time, if you have an eBay store, they give you the option to receive some eBay packaging for free. But I just picked up a couple rolls just because I like the aesthetic of it. The clear tape is the big one, especially when you're getting started. Number 1, you're going to use that to wrap your items. And number 2, you're going to use that to affix your tracking and shipping label to your boxes. And we'll talk about that, when I'm packaging some stuff up at the end of the video. But you do not want to use regular Scotch tape. You want to use thicker, heavy-duty packing tape, clear packing tape, to get that affixed there. And the last item right over here is probably the most important item, and we're going to talk about that in a second, is a scale. You have to have a scale. That's probably going to be, starting out, probably your biggest investment item. but it's hands down the most important, because if you don't have a scale, you don't know how much your items weigh, and you can't prepay or pre-order your shipping and tracking info for there. So step number 2, probably the most important step, and in reality is going to be my biggest recommendation for the money that you're going to spend to start, should go into this. And that is a scale. Because without knowing how much your items weigh, you're not going to be able to purchase the tracking and the shipping for those items through the eBay app, which I'm going to show you in a few minutes. A scale is going to be your number one investment. Even if it's a cheap scale, I'm using a cheap, low-weighted scale. I will probably very soon invest in an actual shipping scale, but even just a lower weighted scale to get you started is really what you're going to need to get going. And step number 3, probably the biggest money saver besides those free shipping items from USPS, is purchasing your shipping through eBay. Do not, I repeat, do not go to the post office to get your item shipped. Do not handwrite anything on your packages. Buy everything, all your shipping, through the eBay app or another app like that, and that will get you the most savings. eBay gets a discount for their sellers through their app, and there's other apps as well. You never have to step foot in a USPS, a FedEx, or a UPS store to purchase the items. You might go in to ship them, but you never should go in there to actually purchase your shipping. It's the most expensive thing you can get, is going to the post office or FedEx to actually ship your items directly with them. Now, I've got a couple items that have sold in the last couple days that I need to pack up and ship right now. So I'm gonna take you guys along and show you exactly how I ship and exactly how I purchase those shipping labels through the eBay app and get those sent out. All right, guys, so today I am shipping out these ASICS shoes. I have them in a priority flat rate box right now. I think because of the size, these are a small or women's size shoe, that this will be the cheapest method. But what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna check. So I boxed them up like this just to get a rough weight. I have them on my scale here. It is 1 pound, 7 ounces, so I'll round that up. So I'm gonna plug that in the computer to see what the cheapest method is gonna be, but I believe it is going to be this flat rate box, but I'll check that in just a second. So like I said, I have a few items to ship out today, so I'm gonna go into my account here. When I go to my eBay, I'm gonna go to selling, and boom, right there, those first 2 items pop up that I need to ship. First pair is these ASICS Gel Nimbus, sold for $24. Pick these up plus shipping. Pick these up for $6.50 on half off day at Goodwill, which is great, so there's a decent profit there. So I'm gonna go to print shipping label here. Now remember when I weighed this, it was 1 pound, 7 ounces, so I'll round that up to 1 pound, 8 ounces just for the sake of this right now. Hit enter, and it's gonna give me my different shipping options. So if I do USPS priority mail, it'll be $11.59. So I wanna compare all services and check what the other options are here. So flat rate small box would be $8.05. I have it in a flat rate medium box right now. So let's take a look and see what that would be. So the flat rate medium box is actually gonna be $13.60. So that's gonna be more expensive than just the regular priority mail. They're a little too big to go in a padded flat rate envelope, which would be right here, and that would be $8.15, so that would save me a little bit. If I did FedEx, it'd be $12, and USPS would be $12. So still the cheapest method, unless I can get those shoes to squeeze into a padded flat rate envelope, is gonna be that USPS priority mail. So what I'm probably gonna do is I'm gonna take those shoes out of that flat rate box that I have them in. I do have some priority mail shoe boxes, which even though it's a larger box, because of the weight, it's gonna be a little bit less of a cost to do. So I'll swap that out, because that price won't change until I get to 2 pounds here. So if I do 1 pound, 15 ounces, that price stays the same. Once it gets over 2 pounds, that's when the price jumps. As you can see, it jumps right there to $16.14. So as long as it's 2 pounds or under, it goes to that $11.59 price. Okay, so the second item I'm shipping out today, also sold, is this carbon monoxide 2-pack alarm here. Actually, this is a really, really good pickup. I got this for $3.99 at Goodwill. They sold for $25, which is awesome. I'm gonna get this one weighed as well. So I'm gonna pack this up, bubble wrap it here. And again, I have a regional A box. I'm using this box just as a template for the measurement on the weight. I may use this box if it's the right price, but I'm gonna go ahead and weigh that. Okay, that came out to 1 pound, 6 ounces. So I'll plug that in the computer as well. Regional A might be the right price for this one. If not, I'll take it out. I'll put it in a different box or a different shipping method, possibly UPS or FedEx. But I'm thinking still USPS Priority Mail is going to be the best price on this one. So that second item, that carbon monoxide detector, I'm going to check that one as well. I'm going to print shipping label here. So that put in at 1 pound, 0 ounces. So it was definitely more than that. So about 1 pound, 6 ounces. So I'm going to put that up to 1.7. So it's actually that same price, that $11.59 in that Priority Mail. It is too big to fit in any of the flat rate envelopes, which is unfortunate because that would be a little bit cheaper there. FedEx Ground would only be $8.69. And the Regional A, let's see if I can find that Regional A box. So there's Regional B. Regional A would actually be $12.50, so it's going to be a little bit more to keep it in that same box. I may again do that just because it fits really well in that box and it might be the best way that it's received. If I have another box, I might do the FedEx Ground because that'll save me a couple dollars there on that shipping, and it'll still get there. If you look here, it'll still get there. Actually, could potentially get there earlier than what USPS is quoting by a couple days. So I'll take a look, see if I have a box that'll fit that, and then I'll be back to print those labels in just a minute. Okay, so like I said, I took those shoes out of that other box. I am wrapping them in this little packing paper here. And I have this box, which is just a Priority Mail. This one's actually just a Priority Mail shoe box. I put some padding down there at the bottom, and I'm gonna put the shoes on top of there, wrap that up, and I'll ship that Priority Mail. So I'm back over here at the computer. These are for those shoes. So I'm just gonna leave it at 2 pounds because it really doesn't change anything. And I'm gonna select that USPS Priority Mail. So once I have that selected, I purchase shipping label here. And it gives me all the information there, and it's gonna pull up that shipping label that I see here. I'm just gonna print it out on my normal printer. And then I'm just gonna use some clear packing tape to tape that to the box. Don't use Scotch tape, use packing tape because you don't want this getting ripped off unless you're moving forward and getting kind of like a thermal printer. Then that'll just peel and stick on. For me, I'm still a little bit early on in my reselling, so I haven't made that jump yet. As you can see here, got that printed label. I'm gonna go put it on the box. All right, guys, thanks again for watching. I appreciate it. Make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel for more content. Again, there are gonna be links in the description below for all of the items that I talked about today, so that way you can get started and get shipping and get those items sold and start making some extra money. Thanks a lot. I'll catch you in the next one.